When Ron Wilkerson graduated from high school, his high school principal said, and I want to quote, "The conscientious manner in which Ron attacks the problems at hand and his overall attitude make him an asset to our school. His actions have proven him to be honest, sincere, and dependable in every way. He's readily accepted by the student body and highly regarded by his high school faculty. It is always a pleasure to recommend a student I feel is outstanding. Ron Wilkerson is such a student." End of quote. Today I could say those same words, only in reflection of the contributions that Ron has made throughout his life to career tech education and in everything about life. In all that he has done, his actions have proven him to be honest, sincere, and dependable. He has been readily accepted by the entire staff of the state agency and highly regarded by career tech professionals throughout the state of Oklahoma and throughout the nation. While gaining the respect of his peers, Ron took time to serve his God, his family, and his country. Ron's deep faith has served him well in making the most of life. His love for Marcia, his sons, and their families have made him proud and successful as a husband, a father, and a grandparent. And his love of his country helped numerous others in a continued commitment of service to his fellow man. While all of this is good, there's more I can say about Ron. Actually, I won't say everything, but there are special times that I remember from our nearly 30 years together at the state agency. Whether it was the day he made us all laugh because he had purchased gas in Oklahoma City and then drove up I-35 with the gas nozzle from the service station still hanging out of his pickup truck. You remember that? I won't let you forget it, will I? Or the day he marched me to Marcia's medical office to make me take the last flu shot in all of Stillwater because he said I didn't have time to be sick. Or when he would get up and take me to Tulsa at 4 a.m. for a TV show or run interference for a difficult situation. Ron's caring attitude has made him very special. And these and many other efforts caused Ron to become my sidekick and confidant during some difficult times. Everyone needs someone to whom they can go to share information and know they will get an honest and sincere response with sound and trusted advice. Ron was that guy for me. While being a personal and professional service to everyone in the state agency, Ron served as the leader of our state's first statewide career tech marketing campaign. His work has been noticed by many through his numerous awards, but most of all, Ron has always been known for his soft heart, his wit, his hard work, his love for his fellow man, and in my mind, as a man who dedicated his career to all of Oklahoma to help students have an opportunity to be successful in the workplace and in life as well as their careers. His high school principal was right in his appraisal of Ron, and even as a young man coming out of high school seemed to know what this man was about. I'm pleased to introduce to you for induction into the prestigious Oklahoma Career Tech Hall of Fame, my friend, Ron Wilkerson.
As my fellow recipients have tonight, I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce my family, many of you whom you saw on the screen just a few minutes ago. First, my wife, Marcia. Marcia, please stand. My sons, Jason and Jared. My brother, Leroy, and his wife, Betty. My brother, Rick. Unfortunately, both of my daughters-in-law tonight are at home caring for sick children, so they could not be here. But I'd also like to recognize a couple of longtime friends of the family, Norman and Vicki Reynolds. And Larry and Nina Gay Ferguson. Larry and Nina Gay have been especially important in my life, being almost second parents. In fact, during high school, when Larry, who gave me my first job, by the way, I ate more meals at Larry and Nina Gay's house than I did at my own. And he's been such a positive role model for me during high school, during college, and my 31 years at the department. I'd also like to recognize my fellow communications and marketing professionals from all the technology centers and here at the state agency who paid me great honor by attending this event tonight. During the last several months, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on exactly what I wanted to say tonight. First, I want to, as my fellow recipients have, say thank you to the Career Tech Foundation for this overwhelming honor. I've had the privilege of attending each and every one of the previous Hall of Fame banquets and marveled at the accomplishments and the contributions of the previous inductees. People, as you saw, like Dr. Francis Tuttle, Dr. Arch Alexander, Dr. Roy Peters, Dr. Ann Benson, and so many, many more. Many of them were my mentors, like Roy and Ann and Dr. Alexander, and many more were my very close friends. I have only to look at the contributions of my co-honorees tonight and realize once again just how big this honor is. I've had the privilege during my 31 years of seeing the growth, both professionally and numerically, in communications and marketing for career and technology education. In 1973, when I first joined the state staff, there were absolutely zero communications and marketing professionals in any of Oklahoma's technology centers. When I retired in 2003, nearly every technology center had at least one person assigned to this very important responsibility, and many had more than one. I'm also very proud of the increase in professionalism of these communications and marketing staff members. I really believe that we were able to move in the last 30 years from public relations by press release to public relations by research-based analytical marketing efforts. I'm also proud to have the number of Oklahoma communications and marketing professionals who have completed a very rigorous and demanding process to earn national accreditation in public relations. 44 years ago, I had my first contact with career and technology education when I enrolled as a high school freshman in the agricultural education program at Cleveland High School. As part of my introduction into FFA, I was required to learn the FFA motto, and probably at least a third of the audience here tonight could probably recite that motto with me very easily because it tends to stick with you. It's one of 12 simple words: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve. At that time, I little realized how those 12 words would not only serve as a blueprint for my life, but are also the essence of what more than 3,000 Oklahoma career and technology education teachers and administrators work so hard to impart to each and every one of their students each and every school day. Do they do it well? I'm reminded of the title from a song from an old James Bond movie. All of us like James Bond movies, I think. The title of that song, Nobody Does It Better. 44 years ago, a vocational teacher took this shy, unsure, gawky 13-year-old kid and showed him just what a difference that career and technology education could make in his life. And there are hundreds of thousands of success stories of Oklahoma students that are even more compelling. In closing, I'd like to borrow from another of my favorites, the FFA Creed, but with apologies to its author, to change just a few words to honor those educators still laboring to make a difference in the lives of students. I believe in the future of career and technology education with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of career tech educators in the promise of better days through better ways. Even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. Oklahoma Career Tech educators, thank you. I am humbled by this honor.